Babe, I'm feeling the pressure.
Let's talk about it.
Welcome back to another episode of Cyd&Ike on the mic.
I'm Cyd.
And I'm Ike.
And on Cyd&Ike on the mic, we discuss the joys and challenges as a first-generation newlywed couple.
You already know what it is, first generation. It could be anything. You guys could be the first in the family to go to school, first to get married, first to pop out a baby. All that, we all know what it is. It is a lot of pressure sometimes, but we are here with y'all. And something that we did recently, we actually went to Mexico. We were very careful, but
Yes.
because this is the
Tis
time,
the
it's
season,
the
the
season.
pandemic.
Yeah, we can't say the word, but y'all know what it is. And it was very different. We got to see how it affects a lot of different places because we went to Playa del Carmen. Playa del Carmen is where we went.
Yeah.
And she's been before, but it was a little bit different.
Right. So we were actually supposed to go to Cancun, but because of Hurricane Delta, I believe.
Hurricane Delta came in and crushed the buildings.
Yeah, they had to relocate us to their Playa del Carmen resort, which was fine. I've been there before. I went there for my bachelorette, so I knew it was going to be amazing.
It's going to be a turn-up spot. Don't worry,
But then when we got there, it was, of course, it's different because we are in a pandemic. So literally half of the resort was closed, and this resort is literally massive. It's usually like
it's pretty big.
Half family. So if you have kids, you're on one side. If you're a young adult with no family, no kids, you're on the other side. So it's big, it's bananas, but literally only the family side was open.
Right. And it was, it was still, don't get me wrong, it was still great. It was great fun.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the material that you're seeing in the opening is from there.
Yeah.
Like ATVs and all that, that's all from there. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because they're going through a lot, they try to pressure us into kind of joining the circle. Which is
it's not a cult. It felt like it.
It kind of felt like it. We got talked to.
Yeah.
And we eventually were like, no, please, we don't want to join this. We're not going on vacations like that.
We're not doing it.
But the rest of our time we were there, we saw a lot of young couples getting pressured by other people into joining the circle. And so that kind of segues into what we want to talk about before we get our drinks popping. Pressure. It's real.
Pressure.
And external pressure that people put on you and on your marriage. So we gonna sip up first?
Absolutely. We're gonna need a little drink, a little cocktail for this one. Guys, go grab your drinks. If you don't have it, we're gonna grab ours right here.
The drinks.
And once again, we are drinking mimosas, orange juice.
It just touched my lip. I didn't even drink it though. What you talking?
Wow, you see how he was about to sip without us?
Well, I'm under pressure though.
Look, Becky's still grabbing her drink.
I'm under pressure though.
Bill's still grabbing his drink.
I'm under pressure.
So guys, let's toast it up to combating
pressure.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start off.
Please do. I'm gonna sip my cocktail.
Ooh, let me think.
You feel pressure?
I'm always under pressure, but pressure comes in many different ways. But we're mainly talking about what affects you, your person, and your spouse as well. So the craziest thing, our camera actually died while we were filming this. And we actually had a new camera, you guys probably know this. But yeah, so we're just gonna pick right back up. We charge a little bit and we're good to go. Always make sure you charge your stuff before you use it. But yeah, even the pressure is coming on the camera too. But yeah, so we were talking about pressure. And I feel one of the big things, just being when you're married, you're together, you're a unit. But pressure will come on the outside and affect you. It'll affect your wife as well.
External pressure.
Exactly. And here's a big one for the men. It's 2020. It's not back in the old days, but we still have a lot of pressure on what it means to be a man, head of the household. It's not my job to teach you guys on that or whatever. I'm not telling you guys how to act or behave, but it's crazy how many people will tell you how to act and behave. Say, as a man, you gotta do this. If your wife is doing this, it's a wrap, all that. So people will kind of put pressure on you. And one example for me was this, there was a standard to uphold when it comes to how you should be in marriage, just from my dad, from siblings, from other men in my life. And there's a lot of good on that side, but some of the other things are like, hey, as a man, you shouldn't cook. I've been able to cook my whole life. I see nothing, to me, that's not pressure for me to apply to her. It's like, it's something that you shouldn't go home and say, okay, well, such and such told me today that I can't do this thing. So now I'm taking external pressure and I'm putting it on my wife, someone who I love, and I'm telling her, no, our marriage has to change because of this. And that's one small example, and I don't want to take all the time because I know you got some examples of your own, but wait a minute.
Yeah. So guys, as you know, I can throw down if I wanted to, but I don't really enjoy cooking. Cooking is something that he enjoys. I love cooking. So definitely external pressures as far as like gender roles. Gender roles,
exactly. That's what I was getting
definitely be kind of challenging to navigate. Personally, like we've done a really good job of like just doing what works best for us as a unit.
Exactly.
So yeah, like I do believe in gender roles, but
so
like modified versions.
Right.
Whatever works best for us. So if he actually likes cooking, so boom, I'm gonna kick back and let him do his thing in the kitchen. Like it's not an issue. And then as far as like, I don't know if I really subscribe to any like male gender roles. Like I don't know if I take on any of those items. I can't really think of a male role that I do or to do.
What about a female role that you feel people try to put on you?
Female role.
Like
I would say
well, that's a female role regardless, but you know what I mean.
That is a female role, and I would definitely say that since we've gotten married, like there's been huge pressure to like start having kids. Like, what are you doing? Like, You're married. Boom, have a kid. I'm like,
right.
But I actually want to enjoy like this season of our life, and once we have children, there's like no going back. There's never just us two. And
it's not a bad thing. It's just a different phase.
Right.
And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because it's one of those things where like we feel ourselves having to explain these things to other people. And if you guys understand what I'm saying, you guys probably been through it as well. It's like, oh, we're just enjoying this time. It's like, what does that mean? Yeah. There's always pressure. Like, there's pressure to get to the next phase. And it's like, no, you want to enjoy this phase. Right. Like, let's say, if you're living in an apartment, people are like, oh, well, you're married, you have to have a house. No, you don't. Enjoy your apartment. Enjoy your apartment. Yeah. You have a beautiful, amazing apartment. Hey, y'all got a gym, y'all got a pool, y'all got whatever y'all need. Enjoy that, Enjoy it. Some people, it's like, oh, I need to make this much money because I'm married now. Enjoy your job. Because if you're miserable about that, that will affect everything. So it's the pressures. It's like, hey, you're climbing the social ladder, and for some reason, we take marriage and we put that as a rung on the social ladder. But it shouldn't be. You can get married at 20, you can get married at 80. There's some things that we do, and I'm not telling this to you guys to kind of teach you guys how to navigate through. I'm just saying how we've navigated through it, because people have literally come to us and said, okay, here's where you are in the social ladder, this is your next step. And it's like, well, that could have been your next step, but we're gonna move a little bit different. Right. We're not having kids right now, but we will have them later. Yeah. And it doesn't mean anything wrong with us. I mean, we're just trying to enjoy our time. We just went to Mexico. Would it be way more difficult if we had to navigate, babysitting and all that, especially this time, so.
Exactly. So those like outside pressures for us women, as far as bearing children,
she
like
I
feel you. I'm honestly, someone asks me like when I'm gonna have kids, I'm just like when the Lord says it's time.
Amen.
Like right now it's not time, we're just enjoying our season. And when we start trying, then we'll enjoy that season. But right now we're not there.
And like the weird thing is, if they ask her that and she gives them that answer, they assume that like we thought about it. Yeah. That's the assumption. The assumption is not that we're on the same page. It's that, oh, Ike really wants these kids right now, and his wife is just holding up, You know, like this is
She holding out.
it's just so weird. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, it's not possible for a man and a woman who are married to want to enjoy this time. It's like, no, hurry up and get to the next level. So I mean,
yeah.
This is kind of a quick one. Wait, I won't cut you off. You have anything else you want to add to it?
Other outside pressures.
Aside from gender roles, besides from having kids.
Yeah, outside pressures. I would say now that we're married, there's more pressures to like attend friends and family social events.
That's a big one.
As a single person, maybe I just wasn't invited to the friends and family social events. I was just like out in these streets.
Outcast.
No,
Outcast.
just like
Ain't nobody wanted you.
just regular parties. You know what I mean? Like
no.
out in the streets, not the streets, but like in the clubs, hanging out,
we're
lounges,
not talking about those streets.
vibings, not the corner streets. But so there wasn't really any like pressure to go to something. If you went, cool. If you didn't, oh well.
It's whatever.
Like there's something next weekend. But now it's like, no, these events are actual celebrations. So if you don't go, you miss something that was important to somebody. So there's definitely
and they hold that
pressures.
They hold that for both of you because you're item. This is a big one. I'm glad you said that too, because we're talking to people who could be first generation as well. Y'all know what it is. Like your parents have been talking about. We've been going to weddings since they were our age. Weddings, it doesn't matter. It's weddings, it's parties, it's birthdays, and it's seen as like an insult. You know, if you don't go, and that's also a pressure because. Sometimes you don't want to go. Sometimes you and the person you don't even know the person.
Don't know you.
It's nothing against them, but it's like, yo, I have 100 things on the list today. I can't go to this.
Right.
And you can give them the best reason why you can't go, but it's going to be seen as like, oh, you know, this is disrespect. So I mean, there's so many levels of pressure. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a big one. That's a really big one.
Yeah, we're definitely still navigating it, guys. Literally.
Even during quarantine, we're still navigating it. People still getting together during quarantine. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah, weddings are still popping off during quarantine. So we're definitely navigating that as well. I'm sure you guys are too. Like we are literally in this together.
So if y'all have any advice, feel free to put that below because
let us know.
We read every comment, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll be responding to it as well because I mean we're still going through it, and you know that's all we got for y'all today. But expect more from us because as we go through it, we share it with you guys. That's the whole point of this podcast. So this has been another episode of Cyd and Ike
on the mic. Bye, guys.